This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. The National Vaccine Consultative Committee is currently working with developers on a database to record and register Bahamians that have been vaccinated abroad. This coming from committee co-chair Ed Fields on Saturday. This, he says, is to get a more accurate idea of how many individuals are actually vaccinated in the country.
It could be 5,000 more, it could be 10, 15, 20,000 more, we don't know. So we're going to develop a register so that once people show their certificate from wherever they got registered, we will be able to log those numbers as well. We won't be able to issue a certificate for them because they didn't get vaccinated here. But because they have a certificate, it's just from another location. But we will register them so we know how many people have been vaccinated.
There's no timeline yet as to when this database will be up and running. However, this will help the committee to measure how close the country is in achieving the 80% vaccination goal of the country's eligible population. The Ministry of Health confirming an increase in COVID-19 related deaths in the country, with one unfortunate death recorded over the weekend. That's a 60-year-old female of New Providence. She was confirmed by the Ministry of Health on Friday to have died on Thursday, May 27th. This unfortunate death pushes the country's death toll to 230. There are still 27 deaths under investigation, with total non-COVID-19 related deaths standing at 52. Meantime, the Ministry of Health's dashboard over the weekend added a total of 51 new cases of COVID-19 infections to the country's national count. 15 new cases confirmed on Friday, May 28th, and 36 on Saturday, May 29th. 42 of those new cases on New Providence, 2 with a history of travel, and 3 cases each on Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Andros. These new cases push the total count to 11,796. 756 cases are active, 57 of them hospitalized, 3 in the intensive care unit. 507 tests were completed over the 2 days, 429 negative results. A total of 88 cases reported recovered, pushing total recoveries to 10,730. The Supreme Court has 3 new faces who all took the oath of office today. Chief Justice Brian Morey says the appointments are much needed resources. Here's Laurencia Smith with that report.
Chief Justice Brian Morey, while speaking with reporters after the swearing-in ceremony of 3 of the 5 new Supreme Court justices, says that these appointments will help the judiciary to address the backlog of cases, largely in part due to the pandemic.
We now have a larger backlog that we have to deal with, in addition to all of the new cases, which are coming into the system literally every month. So this is a very important development for us. Once we get our full complement of 5 judges, because there were 3 sworn in today, and there will be another one sworn in on the 14th of June, and then there's a 5th judge who will be sworn in August.
The Chief Justice adds that the appointment of these 5 justices will bring the Supreme Court total to 20 sitting judges, 18 here in the capital and 2 over in Grand Bahama. 2 of these new appointees, that's Justice Janine Gomez and Andrew Forbes, will be assigned to the Criminal Division, with Mr. Forbes going to Grand Bahama, while Justice Juanita Lewis Johnson will be assigned to the Civil and Family Divisions. Asked about the magnitude of the backlogs, the Chief Justice says this.
We're probably, and it's not generic, you have to look at it in different divisions. On the criminal side, the backlog is probably somewhere between 12 and 18 months. Now, exceptionally, there may be some cases which run a little longer than that waiting for trial, but we hope to address that with these new appointments. On the civil side, and the commercial side, and the family side, the backlog is running somewhere between 9 and 18 months. The family division actually is probably a little shorter. Civil and commercial probably is 18 months. Family is somewhere around 9 to 12 months.
Now, when asked how the backlog of cases will be addressed within the coroner's court in particular, with the Chief Justice noting that Hurricane Dorian presented a lot of work in that regard, Sir Brian says this.
We are going to be advertising for appointments to the coroner's court. There are a number of deputy coroners that we have now, several in New Providence and 1 in Grand Bahama. And so we're going to be deploying all of the deputy coroners together with a new appointment who will be appointed the coroner. That process should start within the next several weeks.
Overall, the Chief Justice notes that these appointments are much needed resources. Here are the new justices talking about what the appointment means to them.
I'm very excited and I'm grateful to God for the opportunity to serve my country at this high level. I intend to serve with honor and integrity and to do my country proud, do the citizens of the country and all persons who appear before me with justice and fairness.
I'm blessed and humbled by the appointment.
I certainly hope to take the judiciary, and when I leave it better than where I found it.
The Chief Justice is confident that these new appointments will help with the backlog due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Laurencia Smith for Jcn News.
Stay with us. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.